Hi, this is Ruth Teresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Jupiter's energy. So Jupiter has some um, really major transits coming. It's going into retrograde, so that's going to affect us as well. And so this is kind of like an all over, everything's going to happen in Jupiter. So let's see where this goes. So Jupiter actually goes into pre-shadow March 27th. It turns retrograde from June 20th through October 18th, and then after that it goes into its post-shadow energy until January 8th of 2022. So during this whole time frame, Jupiter is not only in one sign, it's kind of its home sign of Pisces, but it's also in the sign of Aquarius, and then Jupiter and Saturn kind of square to Uranus, and so this kind of brings in a big change for us. Some big energy coming at us. So I'm trying to explain this very carefully because I'm also trying to get a hold of it as well. So I'm going to give you some dates, and then everything will be posted down below, and make sure that you like and subscribe, or even comment to this if you have any questions about kind of Jupiter's energy in 2021. So actually Jupiter enters the sign of Pisces May 13th. And then kind of like during its retrograde cycle, and it retrogrades on June 20th, which is what we were talking about, and it re-enters the sign of Aquarius. And then July 28th through December 28th, Jupiter and Saturn are both kind of intermittently in this kind of like square. And so I always tell people it's like a square is kind of like just two energies like pushing at each other. So you kind of have like Jupiter and Saturn on one side, and you have kind of Uranus's energy on the other, and they're just kind of push towards each other. And these are going to kind of like push in, and then they'll release, and then they'll push in again and release. So it's just kind of this crazy energy that's going to be coming at us. So let's see. This is going to kind of keep politics in the front burner for a long time. It's going to be kind of like the tectonic plates are also going to feel this energy shifting, because we not only do we feel the pull from the planets, but so does Earth as well. So we may have some unstable abilities. We may have more earthquakes or volcanoes, that sort of thing, kind of during this time frame. It just kind of amplifies everything. And we kind of may feel a little unsettled ourselves because of all of this energy kind of pushing at each other. We have two major planets pushing on one, and kind of how is this going to look for us? This also kind of helps us kind of really think of kind of revolutionizing our own ideas and our own thoughts during this time frame. This transformation is inevitable. It's coming. It's already on its way. But it also goes through some changes for each of us. So kind of during 2021, Jupiter will travel through these two signs of Pisces and Aquarius, and each one has a little bit different energy with Jupiter's energy kind of coming at us. When it's kind of in the sign of Pisces, it can make us a little dazed or confused, or kind of like not really sure what's going to happen, and you may even feel a little bit lethargic at the same time, kind of like, I'm not really sure, maybe I need to sit down for a while. And that's going to open up some kind of really some optimistic opportunities for people that aren't exactly ready for them, but it's kind of like, oh wait, here's the door, let's run at it. Once Jupiter is back into the sign of Aquarius, it will begin to gain more energy and things that we hope for and things that we're ready to bring into. During this time frame, we're going to have a political peak of disagreements. People on the global scale not understanding or not clearly defining what they want, or kind of upgrading what they want during these signs. We are going to feel the vibes of all of these. It's going to be really pronounced, and when this has happened in the past, it's been a very overwhelming energy. Usually there's riots, usually there's things going on like that. So it's just, how is this going to play out this time? We're not 100% sure. Here are some dates for you to kind of be aware of. Jupiter's energy will feel more present, kind of like June 23rd through July 12th. And that's going to kind of give us kind of a feeling of optimistic that we can change, maybe even like we need to go into nurturing mode or kind of secure mode on kind of like July 12th, we're going to kind of feel like we're ready to talk about emotions. We're kind of ready to make some constructive changes. And then we've also got some Mercury energy coming in and kind of mixing with Jupiter's as well. On July 22nd, it's going to kind of come easier. We may have like this upgrade in kind of feeling our feelings or kind of falling back into love, because it's one of those, Jupiter will be in opposition to Venus, and that can kind of bring up our, like, we want to change or we want to kind of modify things. But it's one of those, it's try not to make it too hard on your partners. It's one of those, this is one that we could kind of feel like, hey, this is kind of off for all of us, and they're going to feel it just as well. Then on July 29th, we're going to kind of feel this kind of Mars transformation coming in. So it's one of those, you're going to kind of feel like you're going to need to kind of get your side heard. And it's one of those, it's not that you can't, but it's one of those, just be aware, you're going to feel like you're going to need to really make your side heard. Watch out for feelings, kind of like August 10th through the 19th or so. And this is going to be in kind of like an opposition back with Mars and Jupiter. And then the sun sign will be in Leo, so we're going to feel really, really strong. And kind of like outgoing, kind of Leo the lion is going to kind of roar around a little bit. And then kind of really on September 6th is going to be a great day for love, because we've got our sun in Venus, and it's one of those that's going to be kind of like a great time for us. And then we're going to have some kind of romantic vibes coming in again September 20th. And this is kind of like Mars, Jupiter, and Venus kind of making this kind of three-way corner of energy kind of coming in. And then we're going to also kind of get a kick again in the middle of October, around the 15th or so. And this is kind of bringing more energy in, giving us a chance to find balance and kind of a chance to kind of feel our real feelings, what's about to happen. And then again, right before Christmas in December, we're going to kind of feel this kind of this one more time, this Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus kind of triangulation coming in right before Christmas time. So there is a lot of energy to be aware of, and Jupiter is kind of just the big planet that's going to kind of bring a lot of this coming to us, but we're going to feel each planet on its own and separately, and then all together as well. It's kind of like they put their energy together and then they pull it apart, and they put it together and they pull it apart. And as it does, the planets change and the signs change, and that changes how we feel about all of this. Hopefully I have explained this really, really well. If not, like I said, make sure you comment below and I will answer all of your questions. I hope you have an amazing day, and I know we'll be talking again soon.